Live and on stream, it's Malignant Bear, featuring me, JD Gruspitz, on mic. Hello everyone and welcome to the stream. Tonight we're going to be checking out Devil Slayer Raksasi. I hope I'm saying that right. I think I butchered it last time we played this too. Because surprise, we're revisiting an old game again. So I mentioned the other day that this is Chinese New Year, was the other night. And to celebrate that, I wanted to play some games, some indie games in particular, by Chinese developers. And we started with Gunfire Reborn because you get to play as a cat and it's the year of the tiger, and I figured a game with Reborn in the title was perfect for Chinese New Year itself. And now today, we're still celebrating it, but today is Groundhog Day. And for those who aren't aware, in the United States, Groundhog Day is a bizarre little holiday where the people of the town of Punxsutawney in Pennsylvania have a tradition where they lift a groundhog up, a small little mammal thing. They lift it up out of its hole in the ground, and depending on if the groundhog sees its shadow or not, that determines how many more weeks of winter we're going to get in the United States. It is, perhaps unsurprisingly, an old German tradition and involves copious amounts of drinking. But most people know it as a movie that starred Bill Murray in the 90s, where he gets stuck in a time loop while covering Punxsutawney and Groundhog Day as a newscaster. And so I figured a game about a loop would be relevant for Groundhog Day. And of course we happen to have one that also fulfills the Chinese New Year obligation. So Devil Slayer Raksasi is a top-down action roguelike. Most similar, I would say, to Binding of Isaac. And you play as one of 7 very attractively animated women, and you battle demons inspired by Chinese mythology. There's a whole bunch of different weapons and skills and items, and just a lot of variety in the game in general. It's fun. We covered it last year when it first came out, and I've been playing it a little bit more upstream every now and then. It's fun to go back into. So I figured perfect time to jump back into it again and cover it for real. Man, this new BGM slaps. It's never gone on this long. It's because I'm rambling a whole bunch, so let's stop that. Go into the game itself. So I will say right away with this game, it has one core issue, and I mentioned this when we played it before, and that the sound balance in it is basically non-existent. So I have the music at 35% and the audio at 10%, and it's still quite loud. But you can see there's a whole lot going on here. We have our character screen playing as Byleth, and no relation to the one in Fire Emblem, although she is wearing significantly more clothing than that one is. But you can see you have a whole bunch of stats here, and our first weapon, and any potential items we might have, and then trial tokens and soul idols, and these are kind of late game things to add more variety to your builds and to your runs. But you always have a couple items to start with, and you always start with at least one weapon, and you can potentially get more as you level up and unlock more things. So again, you start with Byleth, she's the first character you have, and we'll demonstrate with her a little bit. One moment though. Alright, so of course this game is by a Chinese developer, so they have a couple little things here for Chinese New Year's. You can see here's the other characters that we have unlocked, and of course they have some decorations. But all the other characters have new artwork just in this little screen here when you're talking to them for the holiday, and then you have their actual artwork. So I said every character has their own stats, their own skills. You can see this one does leech life, and she starts with a polearm instead. She has her own stats and specialties. This one is twin daggers, and she's probably the most overpowered character in the game. All of them are pretty good, but Zilvaron is like objectively the best. I haven't played her much, but even from the little bit I have, it's obvious that if you're going to make deep runs, you're probably going to play as her. We have this one. She is apparently mute, and she has a sword and kind of ball and chain kind of thing. It's interesting. This one, Tindra, you unlock by beating the game completely, and she's unfortunately, at least in my opinion, probably the worst one. her starter weapon, the blunderbuss, is not very good. Just straight up not very good. Any character can use any weapon that they find, but every character gets bonuses to their specific weapon. So she gets a bonus to the worst weapon in the game, which is a shame. And then this girl is a big two-handed mace, and it's also not super great just because it's very slow in this game. It's very fast-paced. And then this is Sword and Board. So, and again, every character can use every weapon, but they all have their different skills. And Byleth here starts with a longsword. So you have your basic attacks. Every attack has combos and different things you can do. You can block and you can parry. If your heavy attacks, there's a stamina system. So you can see up in the top left that I can dodge and it takes stamina. Then I have health and magic as well. You have gold, you have keys, and you also have souls. And you use souls to unlock different things. You have all your items there in the bottom left. And you have the nice handy guide that you can check out anytime you want to see all the details about how the game actually works. Playing with a controller, it plays perfectly fine with both a controller and mouse and keyboard. I've done full runs with both. Then you have these other characters here you can talk to, and they'll give you details on various things. We're playing on easy because this game is quite difficult. I would advise starting on easy and definitely like getting a few unlocks under your belt before you jump up to normal. Then you have details so you can see, you know, all the different monsters that you fought and information about them. And they all have interesting artwork as well. The art style of the game is kind of neat. And this character is... You can do challenges or you can train on things. So if you want to fight a specific enemy or boss, again, you can get some experience with that. There's a lot of really cool boss fights in this game, and they're a little random, as we'll see. And then this character, so once you've unlocked all of your character's talents, which we'll see here. So you have to spend souls to unlock these. And once you have all of them unlocked, then you get to the other system here, which is soul idols. And talents are unique for characters, as are soul idols, which is one other problem I have with this game, other than the sound design, is that you can only unlock talents for each individual character. It costs a lot of souls to do that. You can only unlock talents at the end of each area, and areas take a while. A full run of this game takes about an hour, and you get absolutely nothing if you die. So you always want to try to get to the end of the zone you're in, the level, so you can at least unlock something, but it can be very frustrating and very punishing in that regard. And so you have to unlock each character's complete talents to get their soul idol, and then the soul idol is unique to them. And so it has different charms. I only have a couple of these unlocked. This is a relatively new system. I don't even think it was in the game when we played it last time. So you can see here, you know, get super armor while you're using a blunderbuss, get more attack while using a longsword, get more HP with any of your familiars, and start the journey with spirit armor. So we'll equip that, and you can take them in and out, which is good. So we'll start with spirit armor and more powerful longsword. And you can see you can sacrifice some of your idols then, or some of your charms to upgrade your idol and do more things. But we'll have some nice bonuses going in when we start. And I think we'll actually start with Byleth. But just for the heck of it, we're going to swap out just so you can see. It's like here's another character. You can see we have a big heavy weapon. Very slow though. But a lot of damage potential, which is fun. But here we'll see Byleth in her special outfit and artwork. But then here's how she is normally. So again, we'll play as her. And we'll head on in. So whenever you go into the portal, it always starts you off in the first area, the deserted city. But then beyond that, you have some choices of where you want to go. So you can see there's some branching lines as to the different areas you're going to go after that. So you can make some determinations if you want to fight, you know, specific bosses, or you like one area more than another. So if, for example, you're like, boy, I really hate the sea caverns, I'm going to make sure I don't go that way. That's something you can do. But the first level and the last level are always the same. But within the levels, they are varied and completely randomized every time, again, because it's a roguelike. So we'll jump on in. So this is how zoomed in you are the whole time. You can't change that at all. So starting off, I have access to another weapon. That's one of my talents, and every character has that one. Which is, again, something a little weird. The fact that you have to unlock that same thing for every single character. That's something I wish that they would change, again, just because it can take a while to get there. But so I can wield two swords, or have two swords. I can't wield them both at the same time. But they are slightly different. Ever so slightly. So this one can cause bleeding damage, and it has some different skills as well. So we're going to use it because it's a little bit better. Every time you start a new area, the witch is here to give you a little bit of background information. And she has different dialogue for different characters as well. And this is another thing I have unlocked, where she will give me some bonuses in exchange for some of my stats. So I can get some extra gold or get a random relic. We'll do that. When you obtain this item, there's a chance you'll gain 100 gold coins or lose all of them. So you can see what the items will do before you pick them up. Every item has a set that it's in, or almost every item. And you get a set bonus if you complete them all, so we'll unlock that. Pick it up, rather. So you can see it's here in our inventory. And there's the other items of the set, and you get a bonus then if you have all of them. But you can see some of them are locked because we haven't unlocked those items yet. And that's another thing you have to spend souls on. So with this, we can revive once. It's another thing where we can revive multiple times. Start off with a health potion. And this thing lets us find some hidden areas. That's our skill. It shows up as an item. And then you can also teleport around. Talk to her again. Again, she just has some basic information about what's going on. But, you know, blah, blah, blah. Lore is happening. So we want to pick up keys. And you can see then in the top right of the screen there's the map. But over in the top left, there's our other stats. I mentioned those before. But the new one there is, of course, spirit armor, because that's one of the charms that we picked up. So we have 50 armor now. And of course, armor will be gone through before we take damage. So you can lock onto things. And there's options to turn that on or off. I have it turned off, so I have to manually lock onto stuff if I want to do that. Okay. So that's it. You go in, you clear a room, or sometimes there's nothing in there to fight, but whenever you do clear a room then, you get a nice little treasure chest, and it opens up the next area. And some chests don't require any keys or anything like that, but other ones do, and some doors require keys as well. So you have to kind of think about what you're going to use those on. Here we have more enemies. These ones are human. Oop. So you can see they're dropping souls. So parry his attack there. Oop. He broke my guard. Timed it wrong. Oop, did it again. Oh well. Dead regardless. So this is one of the things we picked up, obviously. There's gold, but then there's dark gold, which anytime you pick these up, it gives you some armor. It increases your max potential armor, and then that's a currency you can trade in later on as well to a different vendor. So there's a locked treasure chest. We're going to hold off on that, but you can see it shows up on the map, so we know to come back here sometime if we happen to get some more keys. But I'm going to save my keys for now because I think it's useful. So you can see some stuff, like these trees, you can go under. There's different buildings you can go in sometimes. It's like this one, obviously the roof will disappear when you get close to it. There's more treasure up there. Let's go this way, though. There's fire on the ground, so you can take fire damage from that. There's all sorts of environmental hazards, and enemies can be damaged by them as well. Sometimes enemies will fight each other too, depending on what types they are. So what is this over here? That's weird. Oh, this is a treasure goblin. I haven't actually seen one yet. That's something I unlocked, but I haven't seen one up until this point. So they just drop money and then disappear. So just like loot goblins in Diablo, pretty much. Right, so that was all that was there. So whenever you start out, there's only a couple different types of rooms. You can find, you know, a treasure room, a shop, and like the blacksmith. But then as you get more souls, and you can use those on either unlocking new items, unlocking talents, or unlocking different kind of run modifiers and rooms. And we'll see that when we get to the end of this area, the various things that we can unlock. Sometimes you get little notes throughout the game, giving you a little bit of the lore. The translation job, it has some issues. You can tell what's going on. It's not, like, completely incomprehensible or anything. But it's certainly a little awkward at times. So the first boss is up there. We'll come back to it later, once you explore around more. You always want to clear out the entire level before you go fight the boss. So like I said, we can teleport at any time, which is good. That doesn't cost mana or anything. But you can only do it when you're not in combat, which makes sense. Real tough, beating up on women and old men. It's the Glasses Cat's Glasses. So Glasses Cat is the name of the developer, or their publisher. I'm pretty sure it's the developer. We'll pick that up. And that's one of the first sets that most people will get, because most of it is unlocked from the start. And it's a pretty good one too, so. Alright. Guys with the ranged, or longer range weapons are always a little tricky. But they do have a dead zone as well. So each weapon in the game has its own kind of pluses and minuses that you have to think about. Right, so here's this ghost, and that's where the hidden areas are. And that's something you have to unlock. So you'll see those from the get-go, but you can't actually interact with them until you unlock the ability to see them. Look at that. 11 gold. It looked like so much more. It's the trial, the soul trial. Oop. So I'm playing a little careless, because it's on easy and I have plenty of soul armor, so it's not a big deal. Famous person's buckle. Increases max HP, but elite enemies appear more often. That's fine. And a magic potion. So using your skill there, Berserk, for this character, uses magic. And then you recover magic anytime you go in a new room. And some characters recover more than others. So you have to think about how much you're going to want to be using your skills. So here we have the vendor. And so we can pay gold to refresh the items that are here, or buy them, obviously. And whenever you buy an item, any of the more expensive ones rather, it increases the price of everything else. So we can get a key, for example, and everything stays the same price. But if we buy one of these things, then everything goes up in price. Let's see. Decrease max HP, stamina recovery, and max health. That could be good. I feel like we can do better, though. Let's restock. We'll pay the money for that. I want better stuff than that, just so we can see some of the items as well. It increases attack power, but decreases max HP. Immune to bleeding. Random stuff. Plus to poison attack. We have a lot of max HP. Buy another key. And these are some usable items here. You can sprint. Like I said, you can also teleport. I don't, because I'm stupid. Let's go up here, though. We'll get some treasure. Sometimes these are mimics. When you receive damage exceeding 10 points, there's a chance that coins will be dropped. Sure, why not? Be silly not to take it. I mean, I used the key. Such a small area, we might as well just run through it here. The 5 oddities. So again, the bosses are random. Within the first zone, it's always either this one or the magistrate. But again, you can pick where you want to go and what boss you're going to be fighting. Music's getting intense. So bosses, most of them can push you back. You might have seen that little like gold aura around it, which is a little annoying. It's like a phase transition kind of thing. But the music got really loud there for a second. Let's actually go ahead and turn that down. So again, audio balance in this game, kind of suspect. So every time you kill a boss, you get a treasure chest. May recover 5 HP every time you kill an enemy of flesh and blood. Oh, I hit B. Okay, so we'll pick that up. And anytime you get a perfect kill on a boss, which is you don't take any health damage, this guy shows up. And you can trade him max HP for a random relic, or you can fight him and get one that way. What you want to do, though, is trade him every time you can, and then before the last stage, then you fight him. Bone shield blocks 1 attack and then reappears in the next area. So some items will do that, and hopefully we'll get some more as we go on. But yes, enter the portal. So this is where you get to pick where you're going to go. So you can see here with on this map, it's either Great Wall or Battlefield for the second area. Great Wall is a little bit harder. It has that kind of fancy border around it. And if we go to Great Wall, we don't have any other choices. We have to go to the Sea Caverns after. And the Sea Caverns are pretty terrible. So, we're going to go with... that guy's pretty rough, too. I don't like fighting him. We'll go to this one so we can get the treasure goblins again. So you can see the little icons of what might be in the zone that you're going to go to. So yeah, we'll do treasure goblins. But then that'll stick us in the marshlands. Because, yeah, there's no way back up from there, then. We can go this way and see whatever the mystery zone might be. So every time you get to a new area, you get to this little place. And this is where you can spend your souls. So trial content is the things that are for all of your characters. So like I said, this is how I unlocked the ability to see the goblins or to get the special chambers. And some of these other ones are like, you know, the combat trial rune that we saw, or you'll get more things at the vendor. And again, that's for everybody. And then this is how you get your talents. Again, we have them all already. But you can gamble. It costs a whole bunch. You can see your scrolls here. Or you can pick up items. And again, these all cost souls. And you can see some of these we have to unlock. So I mentioned the glasses cat was a set. And we have a couple pieces of it unlocked, or then we can buy some more. Whenever you unlock an item here, you get that item immediately, and then it can show up on future runs for all of your characters. Keys are no longer needed. That could be good. So this can be items or weapons. Let's see. We're going to spend this on this stuff, though, so that other characters can benefit. One of the other weird things here, though, is when you spend souls, it's all or nothing. So all 31 of my souls went into that. Obviously, if I capped it out, so let's say I had, 55 souls, and I put them into this, and I put them into Scrooge here. So it would take 49 of them, and then I would have 6 left over. But if you don't have enough to cap something, you have to put all of them into it. And again, if you die, you don't get to do that. You just lose everything. Here's the witch again. So again, she's talking about the whole fact that we're reincarnating and everything. Music is so loud in this one. I'll turn that way down. So again, the bit of the story that the game has is basically you're in some sort of trial and you're fighting demons because you gotta. You just gotta. Pretty grisly here. Some of the areas and some of the bosses and stuff that you fight have their own little story elements as well. So we're gonna kill all the archers to get out of this room. I had a lot of spirit health or spirit armor coming into this. Not anymore. Gain 10 keys and gold. Why, yes. It always tells you on the minimap if there's still stuff left in a room. And then you'll get a little blue arrow as well telling you that there's still stuff there. You can break stuff, sometimes find things that way. I do like this game. There's enough variety in it to keep you interested and to keep you playing. But the downside is that even with all that variety, it can become monotonous just because of how long it potentially takes to unlock things. And it's to the point where I have to mention it. That said, it is a cheap game. I think it's like 10 or 15 bucks or something, even at max price. And if you like games like this, there's potentially, hundreds of hours to be had here to see everything and get to unlock everything. So definitely worth keeping in mind. Nothing else there. So I'm checking for the secrets every time. This little ghost has set areas where it can spawn, and you kind of know what to look for when you're used to it. Ow. Dodged the wrong way there. So obviously I can't make skeletons bleed, so not a very effective weapon against them. These guys have shields, so you can use power attacks or parry them, or just, wait until they attack and then kind of hit them from behind or something. These sword guys, or not sword guys, horse guys. How did I? Anyway, they're kind of annoying, and the boss here is one of them, which is why I didn't want to go to this area. But it'll be worth it to deal with the difficulty now and have some easier areas later on. Let's get plenty of loot that way. Okay, good. I was hoping we would find this. So here's the blacksmith. So he has a new sword for us, a new weapon. And we can pay our dark gold to get this and replace one of our existing weapons. Or we can talk to him and have him upgrade our weapons that we already have. How much do I have? 6. Okay, so I can't actually afford to upgrade anything. We'll come back to that. We'll, because I want to keep using long swords on Byleth because she has bonuses to them. Oh, cool. Sometimes you can randomly find one of the other characters, and they will have random skills and items and weapons, but they'll follow you around and help you. We'll leave her there, though, for now. We'll come back when we're ready to fight the boss. So again, some more lore, blah, blah, blah. This little ghost again. Plenty of loot. The first time you pick up an item in a run, it tells you what it is. Which is good. Again, so you can decide if you actually want to pick up things or not. Alright. Some health potions. Go over here and see what the vendor has for us in this area. Be strong, go slow. 2 more damage. 2 more bleeding damage. Be faster. Ooh, okay. So we could get this to be stronger, get that to be faster, and basically negate the slowness from the other thing. Let's do that. So you can see that was 30 gold, but then it increases the price of everything else. Keys are only 4. Might as well get one. So we'll go back here. Oops. Have her follow us now. And, oh, actually, I almost forgot about that. So I want to upgrade the steel tooth. Right, so now we can see our weapon is +1, so it does 9 more damage. And at some point we'll replace the longsword, the starter one. I forgot to teleport again. General Nara. Daddy's going so fast his helmet came off. So you can see multi-phase fight, but since we're on easy, it's not a big deal at all. Still perfect. What are the odds? Gain 20 points of poison damage whenever you take damage exceeding 10 points for a maximum of 200. The buff disappears upon leaving the area. That's interesting. Alright, so we use more health to get more bonuses, which is fine. See, nice little arena here. And during the actual boss fight, if we had gotten close to the edge, these guys would push us back into the arena to fight him. Alright, so we have our pick of the litter here. We're going to do woodlands so that then we can do whatever the mystery zone is. I guess it's worth pointing out, the game does have, obviously, some kind of fan service-y artwork. There's no full-blown nudity in it, though, despite the fact that it has that tag on Steam. And apparently the only reason it does is because you can purchase the art book for it, which does have some. And so, and I think that's kind of a shame that it does have the nudity tag, because that, I think, dissuades some people from it. And I think it might even be banned in some countries as a result. But I think Germany, actually. Try to see if there might be anything that I want to unlock here. Uh, 50. I only have 34. Enemies may drop items. Could get the glasses cat's tail. So I have, what, 2 items from the set now? There's a good chance that I'll just find more, so stick with what we have. Get the expensive things, just kind of get those squared away a little bit. And you have to spend all of your souls before this opens up and you can actually do the level. It's the witch again. Just tell me there's evil plants here. And new music. Let's go this way first. I don't know what that thing was. It sounded like a meow, though. Come on, secrets. The ghost most often spawns, like in the boss room. But the way that you can tell if it's going to be somewhere... Actually, we need to focus on this for a second. These things are annoying because they can teleport. If you don't kill them fast enough, they can summon up enemies. So again, fan servicey even with some of the enemies here, but no full-blown nudity, so... I was going to say, you can tell where the ghost is going to spawn because the room that it's going to be in can't be touching anything else. Like, it has to only have one entrance. So, like, it could potentially spawn right here because there's no rooms to the north of what would be to the east of us. Or to the north or south of what would be east of us, if that makes sense. Yeah, that was everything. So there's a unique enemy. Tell they have that little aura, and the auras mean different things, and you can get used to that as you play and kind of see what the various effects are. Oop. Enemies can give you status effects, so they can poison you, make you bleed, catch you on fire, slow you, stun you, give you a confusion thing, so your controls are swapped. So again, lots of variety with them. Oop. Not the bees! Look at that, see, they're chasing me down. Oh, they attacked her instead. Okay. That's for the best. Oop, nope. Since I got stunned there. Some of the spiders are hiding in the trees to deal with that. We have enough keys, we can pretty much unlock everything. To the challenge area here, that'll be good. These things explode. So gentle breeze that popped up on the screen, that's like an area-wide modifier. So wind is a mechanic in the game, and some areas and levels will have where your character and other things can be blown around by the breeze, and you have to kind of compensate for that. Defeat Chapter 3's challenge room. Okay, good. I don't know how I haven't done that before. Let's get new scrolls, so we can turn those in at the end of the level to unlock the ability to spend souls to buy the thing that the scroll has. Oops. The game does not have any microtransactions or DLC or anything like that. It has gotten updates, though, since launch, which is one of the reasons why we're revisiting it. Again, I've been playing it off-stream, still having fun with it. But yeah, it has gotten some new content, some new bosses and items and enemy types and things. Some new tile sets as well. No new characters yet, though. I'm sure at some point. They seem committed to supporting it, which you always like to see, especially from indie games. Is really tanky. Let's see where he's going to do his attacks. Try to dodge that a little bit. Peace of mind, blah blah blah. Okay, some more lore. And I assume there's achievements for, like, finding all of those. There's a ton of them. More of that stuff. Let's see. Nope, no ghost. What? Oh. Sometimes the little barrels have skeletons in them. And so because it's more enemies spawned, you can't leave the area. Which makes sense, but it's kind of annoying. It's not like they're hard or anything, just to keep it in mind. Let's go down here. Okay, so now we're at the boss room, and look for the ghost again. No, interesting. So you can see the areas are getting larger as well. The first zone was only like a couple rooms. This one is quite big. We're not even done exploring it yet. You can see we got confused. It shows up over on the right-hand side of the screen. And that's the most annoying one, for sure. Kill all of these things pretty quickly. There's the ghost. That's good. Wait to deal with that until we clear the room. Right. There's plenty of stuff in this area. Items in the store reset after being sold. That could be good. But again, that item is just for this character and for this run. So whenever we die or reset or what have you, we won't have that one again. Unlock both of those. Plenty of keys. All attacks deal 10 points of electric damage. That's pretty nice. Defensive counter's better. I'm terrible at that. Kill stuff. Get some gold. Get keys. Definitely want keys. We definitely want electric damage as well. That's pretty good, actually. No. Cancel. And thankfully keys don't go up in price, so we can just buy a bunch of them. But everything else did, and so we'll leave for now. There's a mimic. Terrifying. Charges enemies and explodes. So now we have a little familiar. And so obviously he's going to kill himself in every single room, but then we just get him back in the next area. Or in the next room, I should say. Boss time. It's a tree with cleavage. So you want to kill her ads, because if you don't, then they can spawn into the other naked tree ladies as well. It's there. There's one there. So want to break that before it comes up. So you can see a very different fight here compared to the other ones. There's a lot more stuff going on, and we even took damage actually, so we won't get the perfect. Come back so we can finish killing you. Yeah, it took a lot of damage there, unfortunately. But got the treasure chest. So all attacks deal 10 points of frost damage and slows the target. And we're immune to slow. That's very good. We definitely want that. Right. Thankfully, our little companion didn't die yet, so she's going to keep going with us. Until she does die, and then that'll be sad. So now we're into the desert. That was the secret. Let's see. Oh no, it's the other guy. That's right. So we got a new scroll here. So you can see that unlocks the ability for us to purchase this item from him. You won't be actively attacked by spiders unless you attack it first. That could be cool. I don't know. What do we have here? Increase the number of items for sale. Yes. Pick up that and put the other 3 into that. Why not? Out of souls. Have to go get more. There's the witch again. There's sand in the desert. Who would have thought? So again, she gives little lore about the area. It's nothing crazy. So you can see here there's an effect, thick fog. So we didn't know that that was going to be here before we started, because this was the mystery zone on the map. Had I known that it was going to be here, I probably would have picked something else, because you can see we don't have the ability to see unless we're looking in a specific direction. Since we're in the desert, enemies can pop up out of the sand. Uh-oh. An elite scorpion. Right. Some more orbs and gold, and then we're done in this room. Yep. Of course, she found more scorpions. So if we had teleported out, we wouldn't have had to fight those ones. We would have missed out on those sweet souls. And that would be bad. Uh-oh. Found more things. Having your little companions is good for that. They can track down all the enemies you miss. Let's see. Oop. Thought I killed it, but got careless. Taking a lot of damage this run. Nope. Alright. More armor, that's good, we want that. Obviously have to get all the loot you can and find even more scorpions, that's very important. She died very, very gruesomely. We'll find another one, hopefully. There's more loot somewhere. More gold. Snakes. Snakes are one of the enemies that can jump on your head, and then you can't damage them while they're on there, but they'll slowly damage you and slow you down and things. Just want to deal with them quickly. Which is why it's good to have fast weapons in the game. There's the ghost again. She would have been hard to find in this, so that's good. It's like if you have a slow weapon like the big two-handed mace or the blunderbuss, obviously you do more damage, but because you're significantly slower, it's harder to deal with enemies like the snakes here. And some of the bosses later on are very squirrely and can get away from you quickly. Thought that rock was something I could break. I'm doing good on keys, so we might as well. Just get everything. There's the challenge area again. Oh boy. This could be bad. Let's gonna be real bad. Let's see, they're throwing nets on me, so I'm stuck. Alright, wasn't too bad. Monster meat. I'm sure that was someone's nickname in college. More gold. You can hear the enemies are fighting each other, which is good and bad. If enemies kill each other, you don't get their souls, which is what you want for progression. But, you know, if you're struggling with an area, you can just let monsters kill each other. Provided that they're the type that does, so. Bandits obviously have no love for these scorpions. It's too slow, got poisoned again. More snakes. So many snakes. You can see here this run, it's taking a while. So we've been in here 30 minutes, and this is only the 4th area. So there's 2 more. And unlike Gunfire, you don't have the option to like save your progress and come back to it. So if you restart or title screen, that's it. Like you're done. Which is a little disappointing. Like I mentioned, I'm not a fan of games that don't respect your time. And it's not that this game disrespects your time. Because, I mean, an hour to do a full clear isn't terrible. But, you know, it would be nice if there was the option to pause and come back to it. Because, again, some people might not have that time. So it forces you to kind of just suffer your losses, basically. If you start a run and it's like, oh crap, I gotta, pick up the kids at soccer practice or whatever, I forgot. And you have to just stop. And then, because you get so few souls in the first areas, if you're just constantly, doing that first level because you don't have the time to go further, that would be pretty frustrating. So you can see here, this character, it's the knife woman, but she randomly has the blunderbuss this time. And the blunderbuss is cool because it's a ranged weapon, but it's incredibly slow. You have to charge it up. And it basically means that if you have the blunderbuss, you better hope you got lucky and found some companions to help you out. There's lots of different weapon types here, including the one that she's using. What are the odds? Okay, so I can pay 14 gold to upgrade the weapon we have, or get a new sword that does poison damage, which could be good, and it's +2, so it's significantly stronger. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll replace our longsword, our default one. So we have poison weapon now. So now we do poison damage, frost damage, and electric damage. Yeah, that's way better than what we had. Actually, we have enough. We can pick up something new as well. Poison weapons, long blades, fire, blunderbuss. No, I'll be smart. I'll save it. Obviously, the game runs pretty well. I don't think I've touched on that yet. And it, you know, it better. It's not exactly super graphically demanding by any means. Another scroll. Still finding them after... I think I have like 30 hours in the game, and I'm still finding scrolls every now and then. And that's not even mentioning items that can only drop in like hard mode and stuff. So with all the hours in the game I have, it says on the title screen that I still have only unlocked 40% of the game. Could be good. Oops. Obviously, people who are better at video games than me might have more luck with that and maybe run out of content a little bit sooner, but again, for the price, there's potentially quite a lot here. Come on. Plenty of money there. And we'll teleport, because we missed some rooms back here. Like I said, we always want to try to clear as much as we possibly can. Which, ideally, is everything. The only reason you wouldn't clear everything is if you're, like, about to die or you've run out of keys or something. Like, if you're about to die, but you want to, you know, give the boss a shot just in case. So you don't just lose all your progress. I was gonna say, I think there's something else here. Snakes and bandits, the classic combination. Alright, so we have HP and spirit armor, that could be good. Get burned when you're hit, that's bad. We don't want that. More attack and stamina. That's only max spirit armor, it doesn't give us more in the moment. Let's see. I'm actually good on money, so I'm going to refresh the whole shop. And didn't get anything good for it. Well, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. I was hoping for some better or more interesting items, but... Ooh. Some enemies can have some iframes. But you can learn their attack patterns and everything. And then be better at dodging and parrying than I am. I'm a big fan of the best offense, or the best defense is a good offense. Just go and spam attack, that's all you need. Doing good so far. She's not. So again, the horsemen are pretty fast, and her weapon is pretty slow, especially when wielded by the AI. They always go for the charge attack, to their detriment. The bandit leader. For a second, I thought she died already. Man, good start there. Let's check out some of our other items, actually. We haven't been using them. So we can make ourselves faster. Oops. Throw some bombs. Throw a net. Throw some other type of netting. And we'll use this, actually. I thought we did. I guess we didn't. There we go. I took damage again. Die. So, could have been better, for sure. Gain immunity to poison. That would have been real nice before this area. Can't always get what you want. Alright, so yeah, that was an elite area. Now that we see that, which sucks. But it is what it is. This one's going to have a new terrible thing. We're almost through, though. More scrolls. All attacks apply burn, and you gain immunity to burn. Be pretty good. Let me check our items, actually, because I think we have... Yeah, it's another piece of that set. Or I could spend my souls on this stuff. What else is still locked here? I have to get Master Thief. It's the survival challenge. Oh, that's interesting. I feel like this would be better. At least in the short term. That gives us more potential things to see. Put the rest into that. Oops. My goodness. Hit the wrong button a couple times there. Yes. Let's kill the demons. Even though she is one, she doesn't like the other demons. Just go to the shop right away, might as well. Increases electric damage, that could be good. Attack more but heal less. We don't have any healing, so that could be very good. Definitely want to... Nope. Attack plus 50 or nothing happens. So what's our attack right now? 72... Okay, so yeah, it actually worked that time. Every other time that I found that, it does nothing, and it's super frustrating. Do we want anything else? Plus attack and heal less. That could be good. We'll think about it. It's not like this is going anywhere. Some statues in here. So this is a Buddhist temple. So again, Chinese-inspired kind of mythology and things here. So some of these rooms are interesting because you go in and it looks like there's nothing, but of course it's the statues. But if you stay away from them, they don't aggro, and then you can just leave. But again, then you don't get those sweet souls. Kill you. We missing what else? Yeah. And there's health there. We don't need it. And ring the bell and stun everything around us, but of course there's no enemies here. Ooh. Okay, another companion, that's good. Remember that she's here. If you can't have two at once. You can have a bunch of the little familiars, but in terms of the companions, you can only have one at a time. So will you keep using her until she dies, and then we'll go back and get the other girl. Or if she's still alive by the time we get to the boss, we'll go back and get the other girl anyways, because she'll probably die in the boss fight. Statue of Buddha. That's a lot of fire going on right there. I don't know what that is. That's from that guy. Makes sense. So still... Oop. Says there's still loot here too. I don't... Is it just the health? Or, oh, it's gold. Of course. Keep looking for the ghosts. I don't see her. Well, that one wasn't bad at all. Need more rooms like that. Big statue. Oh. I'm gonna kill all of them just in case. Keys and money. Nothing. Going here. This stage, it's a little slower, just because there's like less enemies, but it's kind of a nice reprieve because the next level is very hard. That's when you go into the underworld, and there's lots of demons, lots of shenanigans and traps and stuff. So having this level be a bit of a break from that is good. Oh. That's all you have, huh? It takes 21 gold to upgrade my weapon. Only have 17. So in the underworld there's no vendors, there's no blacksmith or anything, it's just straight fights. So before we go down there, we basically want to spend all of our gold and dark gold as well. You'll keep earning it, which is weird. You get souls in it, and you can spend them at the very end of the game then, which is fine and makes sense. But yeah, it's kind of a weird design choice that you can still earn the other currencies in Hell, but not actually spend them. I almost wish that they would just convert everything to souls and make it more worthwhile. Maybe those things are cats. They certainly sound like it. They killed our companion there. That's not good. I mean, like I said, we're gonna ditch her anyways if she didn't die. But you know. more information there. Blah, blah, blah. Do the things. Didn't find the ghost. She's over here. More magic power. Like full on soul armor, that's good. There's the ghost, okay. Traps. Cool, more stuff. Hey. No, actually. Just teleport. So we can't be dumb and take trap damage. Yes. Let's go back to the vendor, and like I said, let's spend just all of our gold. Yeah, we might as well with that. Increase frost damage. Do we have? No. Oh, that could be really nice. Can't heal or be revived. Attack power decreased. That's terrible. We don't ever want that. Increases damage dealt and damage received. That would be bad. Remaining out of combat for 5 seconds powers up the girdle. No. We don't have enough to reset everything again. On the plus side, we have enough dark gold. Trying to think here. No, the numbers don't work out on that. I was going to say if I could... I guess if I get lucky... I didn't. Okay. I was going to say if I get lucky and it just keeps respawning into more dark gold, I had enough gold to buy 10 of it, and then I could have upgraded my current weapon, spent 5 of it to get a new weapon in the shop, and then buy whatever it was. But no such luck. Let's do that instead. That would have been better. Yep. First we need to get you. We'll go to the shop. And we'll upgrade the Poison Fang again. So it's +3, which is good. We do quite a lot of damage. We have minus 100% damage reduction. What is that from? Trying to see what item is doing that to me. That's weird. Alright, whatever. We should be fine now. This boss is a giant statue. Spits things at us and has traps in front of him. And pushes us back constantly. And summons up giant hands. Come back here. Whoa, 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 whoa. Get him, get him. Alright. Perfect. Killing enemies grants twice the amount of souls. That would have been really good early on. You jerk. Go fast. Alright. On to the very end. It's our new item here. Spear and shield. Nothing super great there. That could be good. That's another spear. Okay. I was gonna say, if they have any swords for sale, I might pick one up. I don't see it, though. No, nothing jumping out at me here that I should, like, absolutely get. I think I bought all the swords already. It's a big two-handed sword, so we don't want that. Yeah, just spend it on these upgrades instead. Out on your journeys, there's a small chance you'll come across the Master Thief. Give him a key, he may give you some of his loot in return. That's what you get, that's up to luck. He's quite talented, blah blah blah. Okay. So we're running out of unlocks there, that's good. There's no witch to give us lore here. We're just in hell to kill things. But the Scrooge wants money. So with that enemy, you have to kill the head that's floating. This enemies can explode on you. Obviously want to avoid that. Because it does that. Of course your companions will just stand in the fire. Thing was gross. This one loot is here. Money. So now we have a little icon on the map for the Scrooge, so if we get some gold, we can go back there. Come on. Plenty of keys. Lots of rocks to destroy here, too. Oop. And there it is. It's like there's one guy left. There has to be. That little delay on dying. Still want to try to find the ghost here. It's the last area. So we have one last bead that we can use to summon her. Oh crap. We're blind. Is there? Nope, nothing there. Don't blind me, bro. Oh god. Blind and confused. And there's wind pushing me different directions too. That's good. So you can see I'm not touching the control at all. I mean, you can't see my hands. Even if we did face cam, we wouldn't do hand cam. That's weird. I know some people do that, like fighting game players and stuff. So, you know, you can see their ridiculous movements and all that. But, there we go. There's nothing here at all, except this. So we got to the boss already. We'll keep exploring though. Like I said, you always want to try to get everything that you can. Because the souls we earn here will get a chance to spend them. Big demon guy. Not a whole lot of enemies. Usually this zone is pretty wacky. Oh, there's one. So this is one of the actual bosses from earlier. So this game does that trope where some of the early bosses can show up in the final level as just random enemies. Which I am always a fan of. It's how you know you've grown as a player. Or something. So here's some of the bugs from the first boss, actually. Showing up on their own. What the crap? Yeah, the confusion mechanic is very annoying. Which, I mean, makes sense. That's the point. Don't stand on it. Try to get the enemies to stand on it. Come on. What'll it do? It just does damage if you stand on it. Oh, she died. Of course. What a twist. Probably because she stood on that thing and took a whole bunch of damage from it. Actually, we did too. Very stunned. Crap, 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 crap. See, here's the brain bug again. Just in its entirety. It's interesting. It's the first time I've ever seen that. There's a chest here. One more room, at least. Nope, just the one. We have plenty of gold, so we can donate that to the Scrooge. See what that's about. And then we'll go fight the boss. Very useful. Items that I can't actually pick up because I already have enough of them. Cool, thanks. Totally worth it. There's nothing else to spend that on, so yeah, it was actually. But let's go for it. The Fox Immortal. Conveniently placed tails. So again, they're dropping dark gold, which does absolutely nothing for us. It's a boss where you can't attack her until you deal with all her little ads. Crap. Have at you. bleeding a whole lot. Come on. Take a guess who's real. It's the one that is still taking damage and didn't actually switch places with the clone. We did it. Oh, we took damage in the end. Darn. Oh well. So we wind up right back at the pavilion from the beginning. Turn in the scrolls we got. And she got a ton of souls. Scavenging merchant. If you come across it, go and have a look. It collects relics, especially those pertaining to sets. What's more, it's more than willing to sell them. However, gold is no use as he only accepts souls. That's interesting. I believe that will be the next to the last unlock. Okay. So again, these are the ones that are for everybody, all your characters. But yeah, right back at the pavilion. These little cats. Congratulations, you finally come back. We must say you've done a bang-up job in this trial. Meow. Watching all along, looks like you're getting closer to the objective. Unfortunately, you still weren't able to achieve your mission, though. Meow. Perhaps in the next trial you might make new discoveries. Slow down, next reincarnation. Wait, what? I didn't die. Is this all the content? Maybe the crone wasn't clear enough. This is where the trial ends. There might be more in the future. Meow. So again, the time loop. Teasing that there is more content to come, potentially, in this game. Hopefully there will be. Again, like I said, they've been giving it updates. Just shy of an hour for that clear. 59 minutes and 45 seconds. My goodness. Well, at least time spent actually fighting stuff. It doesn't count the time that you're in, like the shops and the between level zones. Got quite a lot of stuff from that, so you can see your full stats here in the end, of course. And then the credits. And you get nice artwork of all the potential bosses in the game, which is cool. There's a whole bunch of them. We only saw a couple. Go ahead and skip that, though. Spawn back here. So actually, just to demonstrate, we'll showcase this character, because she starts with the blunderbuss, like I mentioned. We won't go in and do any more runs, like I said, because it takes another full hour. And I wanted to do some shorter streams this week, because the one on Friday might be longer. But you can see here. So you have a primary attack, and it's very slow. Covers a wide area, but it's slow. Or you can charge up and shoot and stab, have your power attacks that way. Actually, we'll showcase all the weapons while we're here. So you can block, which is good. Makes sense, obviously. But then it's still fast. I liked this character. Thought she was very good. We saw the hammer earlier. Again, very slow. Slow and methodical kind of gameplay. This one's kind of fun because you have very fast attacks. You can have the whip thing, and it can pull enemies back towards you. And even within the weapon types, there's some variety. Like some of the sickles don't pull things in, instead they just do more direct damage. Or have different attack patterns. So just because you see, you know, a sickle and chain doesn't mean they're all going to be the same. So there's plenty of variety to be had with the different characters and the weapons, and again, the items too. So you can get a feel for why this character might be a little broken. She starts with knives, gets a bonus to knives, and knives are very fast and very strong, and very versatile in general. And you have spears. So you can charge up the spear, actually, if we actually hit, and you can pierce enemies and get them stuck on there and then attack them. Or you can just do your standard attacks, which are fairly quick and you have a range, but there is a dead zone, so if enemies get in that, you're kind of screwed. Or you can do a big sweeping attack. So again, lots of potential here in terms of, finding a weapon that you like and a character that you like, and really getting into the nitty-gritty of the game and all the different things in it. So we'll see here some of the item scrolls. There's a whole bunch of them. So I've unlocked 53% of the items. So 226 potential things. And there is, let's check out the other ones too. 64 different weapons. And almost 200 different types of enemies. So again, lots of content here, lots of cool stuff. They definitely like to keep it varied and interesting for you. I think this game is worth checking out. It was when it came out, and it still is today. Again, it's good to see that they're still updating it. And I like the little, the little decorations. It's not much, but I think it shows that a dev does care about their game and is, keeping track on it. That they're doing little holiday events like this, even if it is just cosmetic stuff. That's a good sign. But yeah, this is Devil Slayer Raksasi. Again, worth checking out, especially when it's on sale. A lot of good content here. I think it's fun and enjoyable. And, yeah, I mean, I wouldn't have played it again if I didn't like it. So, anyway, as always, whether you are here live or you watch this VOD later on in the future, we do appreciate your viewership and we hope you enjoy it. And until next time, have a good one.